Summer camp. I was 13-14 years old. 7 days no poop. In the middle of the 8th night I wake up because I'm exploding. I don't reach the bathroom on time, so I pooped almost everywhere while running. I reached the bathroom, washed and then went back to my tent to sleep. Today in B-Town Reddit stories. What is a dark secret that you have? When I was a small child, my mother's friend Amy was babysitting. Amy had a son and for whatever reason he broke one of his brand new toys while I was there. When his mother found out, he blamed me and she believed him. She let all the kids go outside in the pool while I had to stay inside and do the dishes. Well, I wasn't washing them the way she wanted, so she grabbed the back of my neck and shoved my face into the hot soapy water and smacked my face. Later that night I had to shower over her house, so I pissed in her mouthwash and hair conditioner while I was in the bathroom. Still makes me smile thinking of the bits gargling my little boy piss. My maternal grandmother, who recently died, murdered at least one of her husbands for his money, and possibly more, because she had several who died under mysterious circumstances. She was never convicted, but the dude died from rare earth metal poisoning that developed from years of eating tainted food. She cooked every single one of his meals during that period of time. Notably, she did not get poisoned herself. Reply: some men just can't handle their arsenic. Distant cousin on my husband's side, widowed 5 times. Each one died in a situation she could never have been responsible for: offshore oil platform explosion, industrial accident at a refinery, rental car accident 4 states away, fall from a construction site, heart attack from long existing issues before they ever married. We asked her if she was ever going to marry again. The best thing I can do for the male population is not to. Ever. Summer camp. I was 13-14 years old. 7 days no poop. In the middle of the 8th night I wake up because I'm exploding. I don't reach the bathroom on time, so I pooped almost everywhere while running. I reached the bathroom, washed and then went back to my tent to sleep. The next day everyone thought an animal like a bear or deer had entered the camp and shit everywhere. No one ever found out that that bear was me. Went to my girlfriend, now wife's parents' house for Thanksgiving. She started introducing her family and I instantly recognized her sister as a long-term sex buddy from college that stopped after having to terminate an accidental pregnancy. First moment we were able to sidebar, we decided it was best to say nothing, and for nearly 15 years now we haven't. I grew up in Maryland. When I was 16, me and my friends were driving home from a party. All of us were intoxicated, so we were on a back road trying to lay low. Suddenly we came across an overturned Jeep and immediately pulled over. Completely freaking out, the driver was crushed. But the passenger was still alive. He couldn't talk or anything and was struggling to breathe. My one friend pulled him from the vehicle and then he just stopped breathing. He died right in front of us. At that point, we were all freaking the fuck out, debating whether to call the cops or even do anything because, again, we were all teenagers. Nobody wanted to get a DUI that night. So we just went home. And as soon as we got back, my one friend took the fall and told the police what happened, etc. Here's the worst part. The 2 people in the Jeep were the parents of some girl in my class, and I thought about that night for the rest of high school. So many things that could have been done differently. Reply: if you call for an ambulance for someone hurt, I'm pretty sure you're legally protected somehow. I remember having to do those alcohol edu things in college, and they said if you were underage and drinking they couldn't arrest you if you called to help someone. Maybe someone can chime in with more legal experience. The Good Samaritan law is what I believe it's called. I could be wrong. Say you and your buddy are dosing up on heroin. Your buddy starts to odd. You can call 911 without fear of getting in trouble yourself because you're saving someone else, basically. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I planned an elaborate 2+ years suicide plan that let everyone down gently in the best way possible. I moved to another state, basically told everyone to F off, and just held the fort down until people quit calling. After that, I'd give it about 6 months, do the deed, and then take my life. The objective would be a good riddance more than a he will be missed response. The problem? My mother. She drove to me monthly and called me daily. She always knew something was up. VC, she'd always end our convos with, remember, I need you around and will always love you. And it shook me to my core. Later on, my best friend started spam calling me all the damn time. Annoyed, I finally answered. It went to the tune of "finally you a hole, let's catch up," and he would do that weekly. Then, Oh boy, my mom brought me a cat. She put me in therapy and with a psychiatrist. He suggested we get an emotional support animal. That cat saved my life more than once. One night, I couldn't take it. I started writing the final letters to everyone. I apologized to every person that got written to about the treatment, but it was the way it had to be. Then, my mom's letter. I cried so damn hard. When I started writing about take good care of the cat, I bawled uncontrollably. I exhausted myself and passed out at my desk. I woke up to cat taps and chirps. BC, it was time for his treats and food. He still lives with me and I love him more than anything. I'm a grown-ass man that will drop anything to pet a cat. To me, they're little angels. Nobody knows of this except my wife, mother, and therapist, and it's my darkest memory, secret. Using my throwaway. I used to work at an investment bank, however to get the job I had to do a variety of assessments which among others included an Excel financial modeling test. Now I'm quite experienced with Excel, have built lots of complex financial models, but what this task involved was to make some corrections to a very poorly built financial model, not intentionally bad, just whoever did it didn't know their stuff well. They leave me in a room with a laptop to complete this task. I open up the spreadsheet and have very little idea where to start. This is just making no sense. As I'm scanning through the tabs desperately trying to find things I'm able to do, I notice something saved on the desktop. Some previous candidate's attempt was saved there. Well, I opened it up and started copying what that guy had done and added a few tweaks of my own. I ended up getting the job. Reply? I did the same thing. I went for an entry-level accounting job at 3 Mobile. They made all the candidates sit at desktops and do loads of Excel macros and calculations off a worksheet. First thing I did was just restore the last 5 worksheets, autosave was on, and copy the lot. If it made sense and I knew was correct, I went into my sheet. I didn't count on them having monitoring software that basically recorded everything you did to show how you worked it out. I did not get the job. Not exactly dark, but I'm pretty sure my son isn't biologically mine. There was a lot of doubt about the date of conception and multiple people his mother cheated on me with. But after months of being promised he was mine, I foolishly just accepted it, or told myself to anyway. Cut to him being 3 months old. She decides she's scared of him and can't look after him. He's now 7 years old and never sees his mom. She's vanished and doesn't even check in with him. He's my son no matter what anyone could tell me as far as I'm concerned at this point though. I've raised him and loved him unconditionally for the past 7 years and will continue to do for the rest of his life. And if I'm being honest, I'm also really scared to get a DNA test more than anything, for fear that if I found out he isn't mine I wouldn't love him or look at him the same way. I don't think I would ever do that personally, but you just never know how a highly emotional situation is going to make you react or feel sometimes. I have been the black sheep of my family my entire life, no matter what I do. It isn't funny to me, it is downright abusive. For the past couple years I've been secretly taking courses, saving money, and tying up loose ends. I have an entire escape plan set up, with multiple contingency plans if it doesn't work the way I want it to. Within the next couple months I am buying a one-way plane ticket, throwing my cell phone away, starting a brand new life, and disappearing from theirs forever. They have zero idea. They will cry and wonder why. I will not, and know exactly why. I'm excited. Thank you for listening to another B-Town Reddit Stories episode. Hit the subscribe button and check out our channel for more stories. Let us know your opinion about this topic in the comments.